Hey everybody, Kevin Godfrey with Long Island Public Adjusters, and on today's Ask a Public Adjuster, I will be answering the question, can you fire a public adjuster? The answer is, of course, yes. Now, there is something that you need to know before you just fire a public adjuster. There is a 3-day grace period in New York, for example, called the Cancellation Clause. When you sign with a public adjuster, they are supposed to legally also include a cancellation notice on the back that within that 3-day period at any time, you sign it, you scan it, you email it to them, you mail it to them certified. However, that specific state will accept delivery. Now, if that happens, it's over. The public adjuster has no recourse whatsoever. You are completely free. They are not entitled to any percentage or commission of anything settled moving forward. Now, after that 3-day period, however, there is a little bit of a gray area, and this does vary from state to state. But if the public adjuster works on the claim for X amount of time, that's not really specified, and provides good and valuable services. Now, what does this mean? If you hire a public adjuster and they create dwelling estimates and they create content lists and manage additional living expenses and loss of rent and navigates through the whole insurance claim for you, but the day before you get a settlement offer, you fire them, you can't then say, well, thanks for 6 months worth of work, I won't be paying you and you are not entitled. It doesn't work that way. So if you do fire a public adjuster, you may, and there's a very good chance that you will have to come up with some sort of settlement with them in order to be released from their hold on your proceeds. Because when you do sign a compensation agreement, most of the time a public adjuster also includes a direction to pay statement that informs the insurance company to make them a party to your proceeds. And without a proper cancellation, then they would still be considered a party to those proceeds. So it is very important that if you do fire a public adjuster, you actually talk to the public adjuster first and you realize where you are at in the claims process. Now, with that example out of the way, let's also say within 6 months, the public adjuster does absolutely nothing. A lot of public adjusters out there are bad eggs and do this. They get the signature, they get hired, and then they vanish. The insurance company comes in, does all the work, and then because they are on the claim, the insurance company calls them and says, hey, we have a settlement offer of $10,000. Here's your $1,000. We're going to send the $9,000 to the insured. They say, great. But then as the homeowner, you say, but they didn't do anything. I'm not going to pay them for literally doing nothing and hiding for 6 months. Then, of course, you have some recourse that they did not provide those good and valuable services and therefore would not be entitled to any percentage of settlement. So again, this is a case-by-case basis. This is a state-by-state basis. So please, if you're going to fire a public adjuster and there is a potential lot of money at stake, I would recommend you consult with a local attorney just to navigate through that little gray area and make sure that you know exactly what you're doing. So hopefully this answered the question, can you fire a public adjuster? Answer is yes. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm Kevin Godfrey with Long Island Public Adjusters. And remember, if you ever need a public adjuster, click on the link below or visit us on the web at longislandpublicadjusters.com. Thanks everybody.